Hi, Kevin Coop here,
And Tom Furphy also here.
and we're here to do the innovation conversation. Once again, we find ourselves in the same place at the same time. This is a great habit. So the thing I want to talk about this week is I want to talk about the supposed, much speculated about, grocery stores that Amazon is said to be thinking about opening. Not part of Whole Foods, a separate chain. There have been rumors that it will maybe acquire somebody. There's been a lot of speculation about a couple of different companies. A lot of speculation they might just open things up on their own. It is expected they will open something up by the end of the year. And I guess the question I have is about the format. Not so much the location, because I think that's not as important as what do they put inside the four walls. And you know that I think really strongly that they have a lot of things that they're really good at that other companies are not. Whether it's a checkout free experience, whether it's being able to apply data, crime, all those sorts of things. I mean, do you agree that if they're going to open up stores, it totally makes sense to use some of that secret sauce that nobody else has?
Well, I think that whether it's Amazon or it's anyone, I think what you want to do is you want to open stores that solve customers' needs in ways that existing stores don't, right? I mean, I don't think our market needs more of the same, right? Whether it's Amazon or anyone. We have markets that are way oversaturated with stores, way oversaturated with the same old. And so if those are solving needs for shoppers, they have plenty of access to that. I think if you think about what Amazon or anyone can do, you want to be able to solve needs in unique ways that only you can solve. So in Amazon's case, where they have really good customer data, right? They have very efficient local delivery. They have, checkout free capability. They have, lots of ways of engaging the customer and solving my needs as a customer that are unique to them. That I think, as they look at any new format, you'd have to think about how, when you're solving needs, you can leverage some things that you're really good at.
And I think it would also be interesting, and it's customer facing, but in a different sort of way. They've got their marketplace in addition to where, right, they're basically allowing other companies to come in and sell on their platform. And wouldn't it be interesting if they came into the supermarket industry and said, okay, we're going to create stores, but somehow we're going to replicate that experience. And I don't know whether it's selling things on consignment or what. Maybe they don't actually even own the product. Mm-hmm. And by doing so, create a different kind of platform for suppliers who would love, in a lot of ways, to circumvent the traditional supermarket industry, create different economics, and maybe make things much cheaper for the consumer.
Well, that's interesting, right? I mean, the ability to do that, and you can probably change assortment around a lot faster, when you don't have these kind of lengthy supply chain and business processes around it. It would not be the first time it was ever tried in retail. I mean, scan-based trading was a thing 20 plus years ago, and for a variety of reasons.
And it's amazing, by the way, that scan-based trading, it's been around for 20 years, and it's never caught on to the degree it makes so much sense.
It's too big of a change from the entrenched business processes of manufacturers and retailers. And I think Amazon would fight that to some level too, if they tried to do something like that in their physical stores. Not that they couldn't, because the marketplace does work really well. Farmers markets work really well, right? To invite people to come in and sell their wares. I think there would be a lot of complexity in doing that in a store environment, but it'd be pretty interesting to see if that is something that they think about.
You just said something really important. You said, part of the reason that scan-based trading has not done what it's needed to do is because it challenges so many traditional business assumptions, so much of the traditional business model. And isn't that the definition of Amazon?
No,
right?
Amazon has been good at that. Now, Amazon's 20 years into this, 20 plus years. They've been good at it, but the rest of the industry is, they're asking people to change their game and to up their game, and that comes with years of prodding and years of progress. So I think to open a new format with a kind of a business basis that is significantly different than we've had may be challenging. Not that they couldn't do it, but I think it would be challenging.
Does it make it easier in your mind? I mean, Amazon's got Amazon Books, Amazon 4-star, Whole Foods, Amazon Go. So they've got a lot more experience now than they just had a few years ago.
Well, yeah, and the pop-up stores.
And the pop-up stores, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that they are... does that make it easier for them to come up with a revolutionary project or a product in terms of a store, or is it harder? Because for so many retailers, right, once you've got something going, it's really hard to move outside your lane. Amazon's always been really good at getting outside its lane, but I'm wondering, does it make it harder for them because now they've got to start these processes going? They know what they're doing in this way, and maybe they're less likely to do something revolutionary.
No, I think if you look at what they've done with Whole Foods, you have a big established business, and to move that one way or the other from where it is, that does become more challenging, right? When you've got thousands of people and products and financials and supplier relationships and customers and communities that you're working with, and that does become more difficult. But when you're innovating formats, no, I think Amazon can go many places with format innovation. I don't think they're encumbered whatsoever because they've tried and worked with a number of formats that they've tested.
Do you think that I'm not even sure it's a direct cause and effect, but do you think one of the reasons that they might find it attractive to open a new format, a new chain within the food segment, is because Whole Foods has proven to be maybe more problematic than they expected? Clearly, they've struggled with the lowering prices. They've struggled with getting Whole Foods customers to sign on to Prime. They have, that's been the report. They have struggled with sort of changing its image. Is it better for them to sort of start from scratch?
Well, I don't know. I know we hear stories that they've struggled with Whole Foods, and I'm not sure how much they've actually struggled with it. I know that they're learning a lot. That's what Amazon does. They're a learning organization. They don't let any opportunity to learn go undocumented. And they do not let that pass without actually learning from it. I think that they've learned and they watch their customers and they obsess over their customers' problems day in and day out. Their customers' day in and day out problems, as well as they obsess over it all the time. So no, I don't think it's necessarily a response to Whole Foods isn't the answer or Whole Foods can't be changed. I think they see greenfield opportunities to serve customers in new ways, and that's what they're going after. They truly do start with the customer, figure out their problems, then work back into the business model. And ultimately, Whole Foods is going to solve a lot of the customers' needs, but there's probably other formats, and other customers to be served, right?
Well, we're actually, I didn't mention this at the beginning, we're coming to you from Home Delivery World in Philadelphia, where there's frankly a lot of companies that are trying to figure out how to do stuff that Amazon has already figured out to do. So there's a lot of catching up to do. And it seems to me that any retailer out there, whatever Amazon's challenges may be, whatever its problems may be, it seems to me it's incumbent on every retailer, if you're opening a store next week that is the same store that you opened last year, you're making a mistake.
Yeah, I agree. If you don't necessarily have to completely revolutionize with every new store you open, but if your medium and long-term format includes opening the same types of stores, if you're in the traditional grocery space particularly, if that means opening the same types of stores you've done in the past, I think you're dead. I think you have to absolutely be thinking about, as the shopper evolves, as the shopper's use of digital technologies, as delivery capabilities, evolve, as auto replenishment evolves, as all these ways to solve those needs, and frankly, as fresh foods and culinary and perimeter all get better, if you're just stamping out the same old formats that worked 5 years ago, I think you're in for a long, disappointing future.
As you and I are both Mets fans, as Bob Murphy used to say, you do that, and you're looking at 9 miles of bad road. Anyway, well, listen, this is the Innovation Conversation coming to you from Philadelphia, Home Delivery World. He's Tom Furphy. I'm Kevin Coop. We'll see you next time when the Innovation Conversation will continue.